One question I've always had and wondered is which Mario is the strongest. Yes, I'm talking from a specific game genre. It doesn't necessarily need to be from one individual game, like all the Paper Marios or all the Mario Galaxy Marios. Which one is the strongest one out of them all, and which one has the possibility to be the strongest with the most power? Now for this list, I did research and took into account every single Mario game and every form of Mario out there to find some of the most powerful contenders. So I put together a list of 10 different Marios and how powerful they could be. Now this isn't in a particular order, but yes, some of the strongest ones will be towards the end of the video, starting off with some of the weaker ones. I don't know why I even made this list when you know Hotel Mario is the strongest. That boy controls elevators, or even Time Machine Mario where he controls time. Don't even get me started on Mario Teaches Typing Mario, who types. But I want to give a big thanks to everybody that's tuning in right now. We are on our road to 300,000 subscribers, sitting at 281. Let's see if we can get to like 284 or 285,000 by the end of this video. Show your love, because a lot of you watching are not yet subscribed, and it shows that you really love videos like this. But thank you so much for tuning in, and of course, let's dive into which Mario is the strongest. So let's start off with maybe some of the weaker ones, and of course, that would be something like Super Mario Sunshine Mario. Now, he is very powerful with his jetpack, and I know a lot of people are just dying laughing thinking Mario throwing water most powerful, but okay, like at least the water has some capabilities. You know, you can push back foes, he can run very fast with the propeller nozzle, he can blast in the air with the rocket nozzle, I mean even hover in the air with the hover nozzle. There's lots of potential for Mario to stay alive in certain situations, and yet even helps him in underwater situations. So it's a very powerful device. As far as Mario's moveset itself, he can just kind of dive and, you know, do some flips and some basic moves. So is it the most powerful in the series? No, not at all. It's water. It's Mario with a water gun. But at the same time, I just had to put it on this list because I like Mario Sunshine. Okay, leave me alone. Here's one that I wanted to put on this list, but I wasn't sure if it would actually be eligible because it's kind of unfair, but it's like 3D Land / 3D World Mario. You could also say New Super Mario Bros. 2 Mario because this item appears in that game as well, but I'm talking about the Invincible Super Leaf. Yes, it's just like the Superstar, but it lasts for the entirety of the level. Now, once the level's finished, it goes away, so does it count for this list? I mean, you can decide. I don't think it can be the most powerful Mario though, because once the level's over, it goes away, and yeah, you have to die multiple times in order to get this thing. So yeah, it's just like, technically that makes Mario very weak because he has to die multiple times to get this item. I don't know. I thought I'd bring it up, but as far as the actual game counterparts, there's just some items like the Tanuki Leaf, the Cat Suit, the Double Cherry. There's not a lot that would really make them super OP or the strongest Marios by any means. However, if this individual Mario was going up against another, I could see it being a seriously powerful foe, considering the fact that he can't die, he has unlimited floating capabilities, and yeah, he's just invincible and fast. Like, this is just like the supersonic of Mario. Now, Smash Bros. Mario definitely can fight, but the problem is that's all he really does. He doesn't really portray what Mario actually is, which is my biggest problem with Smash Bros. But this is a big reason why I also didn't include Mario 64 here, because he's just like a better version of Mario 64 here. He has his punches and kicks and a lot more, like more punches and kicks. So as he is powerful, he'd still probably lose a fight to lots of the other versions of Mario because all he does is punch and kick, and he doesn't really have any items, characters, power-ups, or anything. I mean, he has a super flame final smash, but that's it. I mean, a literal robot in a 2D Game & Watch character and a block is higher than him on the tier list right now. I can't flex, I love that block. Go Steve Mains. Next up, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder Mario. I mean, technically, you could just put all the Super Mario Bros. Marios together. They still wouldn't be that powerful. Mario has a drill power-up, a bubble, and even an elephant where he can crush things and throw water again. So this version of Mario really isn't all that powerful, but I think lots of his power actually comes from the Wonder Flower if he's actually able to use them and like manipulate them in order to use the Wonder events to his advantage in a fight. But that just sounds like I'm really pushing an agenda that's not going to happen, and that's not really based off of his moveset. So yeah, he's just not that powerful in Wonder. So those four were in the little power section. Now we move on to lots of power, and we move on to Super Mario Galaxy. Now, yes, he just has a galactic spin, but he also has a Bee, Boo, Boulder, Spring Mario items as well, and he can fly using the power of the Lumas. And yeah, maybe he can also manipulate the power of the Lumas as well, and use them in order to create launch stars to fly around the area. He can live in space. He's pretty powerful. I mean, he successfully infiltrates and takes down Bowser's Galaxy Reactor in Galaxy 1, and Bowser's Galaxy Generator in Mario Galaxy 2. I wish I could show you that gameplay, Nintendo. And no, I'm not pulling my Wii out for it. Wait, but Mario taking out Bowser's entire galactic empire twice alone with a plushie, it's pretty insane to me. Plus, it's like one of the only games where Mario just straight up lays hands across Bowser's jaw. Like, it's actually insane. Next up in the same category, I chose Bowser's Fury. Now, for the most part, this is just 3D Land and 3D World Mario, but when Mario gets the Giga Cat Bell, he turns into Giga Cat Mario, which actually is pretty mighty. He's gigantic, way bigger than just the Mega Mushroom, where he's a towering size, fighting on a kaiju-style level against Bowser, which is pretty awesome. This is a legit episode, though, from the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, where it's called Mariozilla. I kid you not. But honestly, I'd say Mario is a pretty big powerhouse here. Being able to pick things up and throw them at Bowser, being able to slam his paws into Bowser's chest, and being able to just swipe at him is a pretty powerful moveset when you consider how big he is. But unfortunately, if he gets hit once, he does lose this power-up, where he just turns into a giant Mario. So it's a very powerful version of Mario, although it doesn't last that long. And the last one of this category we have is Mario RPG Mario. He has special attacks and gear that can make him extremely powerful, like the dreaded Super Suit. I cannot stand this. But if you're patient enough to unlock it, it actually gives you amazing stats, making Mario one of the most powerful that he's ever been. Even though it's just an RPG game, he can still take damage and you can still wipe him out if you're stronger than him. For instance, Culex. But Mario has lots of other attacks, for instance his fireballs / flames, and also the fact that, once again, he can go jumping spree and pretty much one-shot anything and everyone in the game. Not to mention he can also get the Lazy Shell's gear and weapon, which does a heck of a lot of damage. He can also combine with teammates to do super triple moves, which is really powerful as well, as he's able to like fire beams from the air, because Mario can do that now. So he can damage bosses, giant groups of enemies, even protect and heal his own team. Yeah, Mario is pretty strong here. Now this last category will be Marios that I think have like max power, like extreme levels of power, and I want to start off with Super Mario Odyssey Mario. Mario is able to use Cappy in order to capture the various different enemies and actually use them against his own enemies and even bosses, and yeah, he can capture anything. So anything that any type of creature throws at Mario, Mario can ideally capture it or even capture the creature himself. This technically allows Mario to be anything. So, I mean, at what point does he lose this battle? I mean, he can literally be anything and everything on the entire globe. I mean, if some type of otherworldly, interdimensional creature tries to defeat Mario, I mean, he could literally just, boom, it's Mario. This ability alone makes him a serious threat. Now, the problem is he actually has to land his hat throw on that enemy, which could be very difficult. A lot of people are not going to let Mario just throw a cap at them and land it on top of them, making it very difficult for him to get those captures. So, yeah, if some type of mystical being did show up, it would probably wipe Mario out before he could even get his hat tossed. Next up, we have Mario and Luigi Mario. Now, I don't know how actually fair this one is, considering the fact that Mario needs Luigi for almost every single one of his attack. I mean, they're called bros attacks for a reason, but you know what? I'm going to include Luigi in this because it is part of Mario's main moveset in this entire game. What if Luigi helps Mario out and has his Mario and Luigi moveset where they're able to do multiple different attacks together? I feel like the attacks that they can do would actually extend past just the games that they come from. I mean, Mario and Luigi could probably come up with any type of bros attack, just give them an item or just simply let them just go at it with their hammer or their jump attack, and they can still come up with some crazy combos. In some of their attacks, they even use like outside powers, like the Z-Keeper's capabilities, which is like the guardian of the dream world, who actually can come to the real world and aid them, which is a very powerful ally. And of course, if Mario and Luigi have the ability to take the battle into the dream world, it can get even crazier, because not only can Mario use Luiginary attacks, which has tons of copies of Luigi that can form into like a hammer or even a tornado, he's even capable of having a giant version of Luigi in order to battle where both Mario and Luigi can work together in that boss battle. Not to mention, Luigi can also have a power-up where he throws a giant power star, ridden by Mario, where Mario can guide it into the enemy foe, and they could even throw a bigger one if Dreambert is at the helm. Paper Jam even allows them to use Paper Mario and even like tons of Paper Toads in order to do a bros attack. And hey, technically Luigi can get giant without even having to go into the dream world by just eating a Giga Mushroom where Mario can help him as well. And thanks to Paper Mario, they have tons of other abilities as well, like the possibility to turn their enemies into paper and just pelt them with different items and objects. So for Mario from the Mario and Luigi games, if he can actually work with Luigi, yeah, they can actually be a real threat duo together. And that leaves me with what I believe to be one of, if not the strongest versions of Mario, being Paper Mario. Paper Mario isn't just incredibly strong because of himself, but it's because of his powerful allies that make him so powerful in these games. In the original Paper Mario 64, not only does he have tons of partners that help him deal lots of damage and they work together, but he also has the power of the Star Spirits, which also give him different status effects, different attacks that he can use, and even healing capabilities. And when all the Star Spirits come together, he can use attacks like the Star Beam or even the Peach Beam to destroy his foes, and even break powerful, indestructible barriers. And let me remind you, that's all just one game. He also has some very powerful partners in the Thousand Year Door. Very powerful partners. With some partners, like the previous game with Bo, Vivian's actually able to hide him from attacks and completely shield him by taking him to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. There's also the Soulless Star Spirits, or the Crystal Stars from Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which actually allows you to level up stats, deal out tons of damage to your foes, and even lets you draw lines on the screen. But these crystal stars are ancient wonders which give Mario tons of power. And where do I even begin with Super Paper Mario? Mario has the power of the pixels, which allows him to do tons of different things, including giving him items like a hammer or making him incredibly small, like Dottie, or letting him pick things up. But there's also ones like Carry and Dash L that can literally carry Mario and also allow him to run very fast. And we haven't even talked about how Mario became Thanos in this game pretty much. I mean, he literally used the Pure Heart's ancient power in order to defeat a interdimensional being that was set on ruling and destroying every single universe in every multiverse. So yeah, Mario's like a universal multiversal threat. That's all cool and all, but I ain't done yet. Mario's even able to use Paper Eyes, which can literally pop him out of the world into a separate plane of existence where he can place things into a world or take them out. He can even turn, paper things into real life objects and even summon more of them in order to do his bidding. He can literally summon a pair of scissors to cut you in half. Mario is a menace. I just realized, why are there so many scissors in Sticker Star? And Color Splash ain't no joke either. He can literally take you to space and blow you around the galaxy with a fan. And he can even spin the earth, controlling its axis, tilt, and spin. Yeah, Mario is just levels of unstoppable. Sometimes he can just literally be mean. He can just squirt lemon juice in your eyes or hit you with a exploding breakdancing piggy bank. Okay, now I'm done. Sorry? In Origami King, Mario can literally fold you to death. He literally has a new partner named Olivia that can transform into any of the elementals that you fought, which are giant beasts that can cause water, fire, ice attacks, and they are pretty deadly. Not to mention Mario can use the 1,000-fold arms to just kind of pick your pockets. But even as origami or paper or cardboard or whatever Mario decides to be, Paper Mario seems to be the strongest version of Mario just based on all the things that he can possibly have if you were to take, everything from all of his games. But now I leave it up to you guys. Which version of Mario do you believe to be the strongest? And why did you choose that version of Mario? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And of course, like always, I'll see you in the next one. See you guys. Oh, I forgot a Mario. That one from that new 3D Mario game that's coming out. Oh wait, it's been 7 years, Nintendo.